Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Ray Ray's Review. I'm going to be talking about Real Housewives of New York City, Season 15, Episode 6, or some may call Reboot Season 2, Episode 6. Yes. So, how y'all doing? I hope you're doing good. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video. I'm reaching my goal, y'all. Slowly but surely, 883 more subscribers, and we will be really good to go. Until then, we just gonna keep on trucking. Did y'all watch the episode? Did y'all like it? It seemed a little slow. You know, I'm really hoping these girls can have a lot more in common and really have some fun. They just seemed real TV ready, if you ask me, especially Jessel. With that clueless birthday party that was way too young for her age, if you ask me. It was just real, real TV ready. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I don't want to just keep going on like that because that's not really what y'all here for. Y'all were here to hear about this episode. Now, again, as I clear my throat, baby. Erin is really messy. Erin, she, again, TV ready. Erin is making herself TV ready. So we come in and we see Erin packing bags for her and Abe's drink launch party. It's called Mezcal. And apparently she went to south of the border, spoke with some folks, and pretty much, what we've been drinking is pretty much toilet water compared to the natives. And so because of that, she wants that her brand of liqueur be top notch and sold all over. So there were some snapshots of her going to the store. So apparently maybe it's the stores in New York. I don't know. I need to look it up, child. Not that interested, but I'm pretty sure there are people who are. Let me get a little swig, child. My throat. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right. All righty then. So just her and Abe talking about that, and pretty much Abe was still on her nerves about that money. Girl, I know Dr. Simone is with you, girl. I know Dr. Simone's like, girl, just let it out. It's going to be a minute before you get over it. Just let it out. Ooh, I wonder how much he took out the account. How much did Abe take? Ooh, child. Anywho, next we see Jessel and her mom is around, and she hears about wanting a girl because Jessel has quite a few or several embryos in a freezer in Beverly Hills. She, like I said, Jessel's TV ready, baby. And the mom is just taking it all in. She knows this is far from, what they've known to be, as a culture or in their family. So she's just taking it all in, trusting her daughter. It just shows in her face, y'all. I know I'm reading a lot into it, but it really shows in Jessel mom's face. She's just supporting her daughter because it doesn't sound like she's hurting anything or anybody. She's just doing something different. And the mom is just taking it all in. Like she said, Jess was like, why are you looking at me like that? Girl, because what you're saying. Not to say you're saying anything wrong. It's just a whole lot for your traditional mama to hear. Anywho, next we see Raquel, Ubah, and Sai doing lunch. And Ubah comes in and she's wearing this very provocative outfit. Did she just come from a job? Did she say? Because Ubah is a a model, and she's very pretty, and she does a really good job, and she is pretty much aging out. So I can understand some of the antics she does for this show. And of course, her cousin is Chanel Ayan from Real Housewives of Dubai. I'm pretty sure she's giving her the tips on how to be. But this episode, Ubah was a little bit unnerving, especially at the end. But we'll get into that a little later. So Sai gives Ubah a book on pigeon watching because Ubah mentioned how the ladies are a bunch of pigeons and how they watch and just circle around and go for what they know. And they just kind of laughed at it. And then pretty much Sai brings up the fact that Jenna is going around telling people now that she's engaged, but just a second ago, she was hesitating on even answering what the ring on her finger is for. So Sai just kind of like, do you find it interesting that, and I don't think Sai is, hating on Jenna. It's just something, friends would say. Because it is weird. Because one day, like I said, it's just a ring, and then Raquel said, well, maybe she just doing that because she wants her privacy. And child, when I find out about, anyway, it's just child, what's her name? Raquel and Jenna have a lot more in common than I thought. So Brynn, she's talking to her brother at her house, and she's just catching him up on work. She's working on an app for dating. Okay. Another dating app. And then she catches him up on Sag Harbor and trip this. And pretty much Jessel's birthday party. Trip this. Brynn says it's no reason why she's being pretty much targeted this way and treated this way. The lies you tell, why don't you tell him what they're telling you as the reason why they're getting on you like white on rice? See, I can't stand a liar. I just can't. That right there proves to me that she is doing more for TV. She's trying to save face, and perhaps her brother already knows the type of ish she goes through and what she does. But Brynn, girl, really? That's what you about to do? So pretty much getting anybody and everybody on your side through lies. Okay, I see you. Next, we see Jessel and Pavit. Her husband Pavit, aka Dory from Finding Nemo. No shade, but that's the funny story going around. She's, they're eating, and she still is waiting on her birthday gift and Valentine's gift. Jessel, why are you still waiting? The night of the birthday, I'm pretty sure she wanted him to come out with some purse or merce or whatever diamonds like most people do on these shows, because she's TV ready. Jessel is TV ready. But that didn't happen. And I know she's feeling a little embarrassed. And I can just tell she's feeling a little embarrassed, just because of how she portrays herself on this show. I'm just real surprised that she has allowed him to go this far into life by not giving her what she wants. I mean, make it plain, make it simple, and let him know what you're expecting. And if he can't handle that, then perhaps, you need to make some necessary demands and changes. I'm just saying. What's the problem? What's the problem, Jessel? Girl. Anywho, and then Jessel springs on him that she wants a girl from those frozen embryos out there in Beverly Hills. And he is not really, on board with it. He's like, what's wrong with what we got? He's really content with what they have. She's not. So pretty much, she mentions how he doesn't respond or the communication is an issue, pretty much because he won't do what she says in her confessional, as she states too. But in talking to him, pretty much he said the same thing. He'll talk to her, and then she'll go into another room, come back and he'll ask her about what he said, and she'll say, "What? I didn't hear you." So pretty much, she's not really paying him that much. He's not paying attention to her as she would like. So she suggests a therapist for them to communicate so they can have better communication. And Jessel pretty much says it's him, not her. Okay. Well, that's interesting, Jessel. So then we have Raquel and Mel, and they visit a queer artist studio. And it's pretty cool art. I mean, I'm not an artsy person because it's really, some of that stuff just looked like some splot on the paper. So that's why I'm not an artsy person like that. I don't have that type of eclectic vision like they do. So I can't appreciate it. Therefore, I never really got into it. But after the queer artist show, they go and have a little snack at the snack station. And Mel pretty much liked the party. She liked her conversation with Abe. Raquel, now this is interesting. Remember last season, if you haven't watched, I'll remind you now, but for those who remember when Jenna mentioned how I think it was, I don't want to say which magazine it was something kind of popular out there in New York, I think. They pretty much called her at work or called her somehow on her cell phone or whatever and questioned her about her same-sex relationship. And she was just shocked because it was not anything that was out in the open. And they pretty much outed her via the magazine. Now, mind you, I didn't know none of these people until it was on TV. So it must just have been a regional thing, a local thing. But Raquel said the same thing. She got exposed by a magazine similar to Jenna. And it was at the point that she was breaking up her family, separating from her husband and going over custody with kids and whatnot. It made it difficult because that article came out. It made it seem like Mel, her current fiance, was the reason for her divorce. I'm like, wow. So I'm like, what's going on with these magazine so-called journalists, breaking up marriages and outing people? You're not supposed to out somebody. That's up for them to come out and, and handle things. But I'm like, what in the world is going on over there on the East Coast? I don't know, child. I ain't in it. Next, we see Erin and Abe at the party. They have all the VPs, like the C-suite and all the high-level VPs there. They want to make a good impression. And luckily, none of the girls bickering ruined it, because, child, if it was another franchise, it would they would have been looking and carrying on and hearing all the dirty laundry come out. But yeah, so the ladies are, at the table doing their big one. They're all, TV ready. And so Ubah brings up why is it when certain people ask me questions, it seems weird. So pretty much Brynn came in, didn't say hello to the group. She's saying hi to everybody else, flirting with Erin's father, very inappropriate. I mean, his woman is there. It's just certain things that's just inappropriate. And it's certain things you just can't do with mine. It's just so inappropriate. I don't know what other word to use. So pretty much Jessel and Erin both asked Ubah, how you doing, girl? I mean, have you spoken with so-and-so yet? And come to find out, both of them have intel on what they're asking Ubah. Has she spoken with so-and-so yet? And so pretty much Ubah is surprised that the people that ask those questions have the intel, and they're pretty much acting as if they don't have it. And so pretty much Ubah is just pretty much outing people about all of that. Then all of a sudden, Brynn and her pressing curl are coming over and pretty much sit down at that point in time. And it just, was really weird because Ubah is trying to confront the comments. pretty much saying Brynn is this and Brynn is that. But Erin and Jessel says, oh, it wasn't even that deep. They were just, being, lightheartedly shady, whatever. But Ubah's like, oh, okay. So Ubah pretty much just moves on. It seems so strange about this whole situation. But I get what Ubah's trying to say. Well, I get what Ubah did say. It's just a matter of, if Erin and Jessel knows the backstory, why are you asking me, have I found out about the backstory? Just say, well, this, did you know such and such and such and such? That's how you pretty much grab somebody in, instead of just trying to feel out what's going on with that person, like you're trying to hold a secret or something. Girl, it's not that deep. It's really not. And it's just so exhausting. So I get Ubah. She's exhausted with all this. And I think she's feeling like she's above it. I think she's feeling like, I just can't believe I'm on this show doing this shit and I have to. Don't get me wrong. Ubah makes a great living. However, I'm pretty sure she would appreciate not having to do such beneath me. And I really do believe this about her. I believe she believes this is beneath her, because she seems so disgusted with it. It's like, this is what I got to do to get this check. Yeah, Ubah, that's what you got to do. That is what you got to do. So pretty much, Ubah drinks out of the water jug instead of using a cup. And Jess was like, oh, can you use this glass? That's what these glasses are here for. Can you use the glass? And then, I find with Jessel's stank face saying it, I would probably have said something else. But Ubah pretty much called it BYTCH. And yes, I spelled it like that on purpose, for not drinking out of the water jug. And pretty much Jessel was a little offended by that. She went, like she's catching flies in her mouth. Just like, I would appreciate you not use that word to describe me, please. Girl, Jessel. I guess that was the really bougie equivalent. Now, see, I'm bougie too. You probably can't tell right now, but I'm kind of bougie too. And that's not really the statement piece I would have liked Jessel to use. But then again, we are, different, very different types of people. And like I said in my other reviews, you cannot use the B word with me, about me, to me, or, directed to me, especially if we're in some type of argument or adversarial disagreement, adversarial conversation, anything to that effect. I don't even like it when we're, on the dance floor. I just don't like that word, because where I'm from, you call me a B, then, all bets is off. Earrings is off, nails about to get broken, tips about to be on the floor, dentist about to be called. You know what I'm saying? It's just not something that I grew up, nor did I condone as an adult using with my friends. So there have been a couple of times I've been called that word, and yeah, it didn't work out well for them too. But all I'm saying is, Jessel, who's always TV ready, and Ubah, who really, I don't think she likes this. I don't think she's going to be on that next season. What do you think? Now, she's the one on the far right, looking gorgeous. I love that dress. Oh, I wish I can put it on. A few more pounds. But yeah, it was just weird. This whole episode, it seemed like they were grasping for straws. It wasn't really much of an episode, but this is what they're giving. So this is what I'm going to report. So that was it, y'all. Real Housewives of New York City, season 15, episode 6. And I will be back for more later on in the week. All right, y'all have a good one. Thanks again for tuning in. Hey, aunties and unks, I see y'all. Bye.